Here's where Boro Walk, and we're just doing a little short episode now. And what we're doing, because we are unbeaten in 4, we've conceded 1, but what a transfer window we've had. So we thought we'd have 5 minutes discussing what we think the lineup will look against Preston. Bearing in mind, Preston have beaten Ipswich and Leicester at home, and we haven't beaten them at Deepdale since 2020, January 2020. So I figure we should go through the team and have a little natter about how we think Saturday's going to go and what the team and the formation is going to look like. All good?
All good.
Perfect. Right. I guess we'll start at the back then, the easy stuff. Goalkeepers. Pretty obvious, I reckon. Bryn, yeah?
Bryn,
Yeah. And centre-backs?
No changes.
Ryan Jones.
Yeah, You can't change them, can you?
No, I didn't think so. You know what was interesting, though, I thought was Lenihan coming in. And is he playing for the under-21s tonight? And your man Edwards talks massively positively about him. And I'm kind of curious as to, I guess he'll probably take an injury to change it, but I can see Lenihan being one of them starting 3 at some point in time during this season if he stays fit.
I would go along with that, actually. I think he's talked him up a lot in the summer, and I think he's desperate for him to stay fit, and I think he's doing everything he can to protect him because I think he sees him as a key leader as well. I think, obviously, we've done pretty well up until this point, but a lot of talk has been about more leadership and more steel, and I think he sees quite a lot of what he wants in his team in someone like Lenihan, I think.
And I guess it's whether Erling has the legs as well for a 46-game season as well, so I suppose that would be the other angle to that.
Yeah. I wonder where Edmondson comes into that. I guess is he just a backup, or can you ever see him starting?
Cover. I think he's cover.
The tough thing is, I think he's behind most of the rest of them, but because he came in most recently, it almost feels a bit awkward that we brought him in sort of last, and he could be sort of first out if there is to be a casualty. But
I think the injury pre-season as well. He didn't get a full pre-season, did he? So that hasn't really helped him. So Edwards wouldn't have seen him fully fit, really. And did he play like one pre-season or half a pre-season game?
It was in Portugal, was it?
Yeah.
I thought that he was on the bench at Millwall, and that was the first time he'd had any sort of involvement. Got himself booked, I seem to recall.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like defo, isn't it? Back 3 of Erling, Fry and Jones. And until one of them comes a cropper or we have a bit of poor form, then I think that'll open the door to the Lenihan. I think that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then I guess right and left wing backs. So we've been going with Britton and Silvera.
I would put Target in on the left side. I do feel really sorry for Silvera. He hasn't done anything wrong and he's played well, but I think we do need a left-footed. Conway's goal kind of proved that last week with that left-footed assist that Target provided, and he has got a bit more quality there. But I do feel sorry for Silvera, but I think it's a good opportunity because obviously he's been away with Australia as well.
Yeah, so, I was going to say the timing of that Australia trip might be
an excuse type of thing, yeah. So
I thought exactly the same. I think he might I think Edwards might not use it as an excuse, but like almost allow him to save face a little bit and sort of say, well, he's been away on international duty, 2 games in 3 or 4 days from the other side of the world, so he might sort of play it as though he's utilising his squad. So, but I think Target will come in.
I think so too.
You're right, though. He'd be unlucky, isn't he? Silvera, winning team, unbeaten in 4, 1 conceded, you get dropped. But you're right, he's got a bit of extra quality, hasn't he, Target? I think, hasn't he?
But I think he would have started if he wasn't away with Australia. I think Edwards wouldn't have changed it, but I think with him being away with Australia, that's worked against Silvera for me.
Good show, isn't it? I was curious, actually, about Britain. So, obviously, he's playing out his skin and doing really well for us. But if he's Croc or he's injured, who plays there for us? It can't be Erling,
probably Silvera, to be honest. He's played right wing back for Australia, I think, in the first game, did he?
Yeah, I think he had a bit of a hefty tackle again, didn't he?
Yeah.
On international duty.
I did. He took a whack. I saw that.
I think somebody else. I saw some. I mean, obviously we've got that lad from Celtic that's never. I don't know where he is. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Who's the lad from Celtic?
Yeah.
Deed.
Yeah, D. He's a good prospect apparently on the right side. But Erling can't go right wing back.
No.
He can.
The other lad, the lad with the double-barreled name. Sorry, I'm like literally flying tonight. But the lad with the double-barreled name that plays for the under-21s. It's really a good prospect that everyone thinks is going to make a breakthrough this season as well.
Oh, he's right side as well, is he?
He's right wing back. I'm going to have to look his name up. Sorry, keep chatting.
Yes, someone did say he had a good pre-season game, didn't he? And played really well.
Played against Hartlepool, yeah.
All right. Well, that's easy enough. And I guess in front of them two, Morris and Hackney is a sure set footing. And unless one of them two gets injured, I don't see how that changes at all, apart from subs in the 70th or 80th minute to put fresh legs on and kind of protect a lead or something like that.
Yeah.
I think we've been lucky because of the international. Neither have been called up, have they? So standard that Hackney would have been in the under-21s a few months ago, and Morris, like he hasn't been called up to USA for a few months now. But if them two would have been called up, then I think we would have been a bit in trouble. But them, you can't change them two.
Nah, it's interesting though, isn't it? We were talking before, haven't we? We said about Hackney and Morris and who replaced them. Then Kante comes in, and then Brown comes in, and now suddenly you got like two. Well, Kante's I guess a little bit lacking a bit of experience, but Brown in particular, what a signing that was.
Yeah, and it just gives us that bit of protection as well. Like you were saying, if we find ourselves in a decent position, or we're leading, or we're comfortable, or whatever, it just allows us to protect us a bit more, I guess, with that confidence to be able to bring someone of that caliber in and sort of.
And I think Nipan can also play midfield as well.
Yeah,
I like the look of him. I thought he could play the Hackney role for sure. Definitely, when you saw the way he was playing around on when he came on the other day against Sheffield United, I really like the look of him, I have to say.
Very similar ilk, isn't he?
Say again, pal.
I was going to say very similar ilk, I think, to Hackney.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting as well because then that kind of scoots us onto the 10 role, and that's the most interesting bit for me because you've got Whitaker, Strelec, Nipan, Bergzog, Hansen, Gilbert, Hamilton, McGree. I mean, obviously you've got injuries there, but Whitaker started every game. But I'm curious as to who he's going to start in those two. Assuming he plays the same formation, which I think he will. I guess he won't change too much, but Whitaker +1 or complete change?
I think he'll play Whitaker and Hansen again.
Is it just me who doesn't want Whitaker starting? I honestly, I've run out of patience with him. I'm not
I feel like everyone's defending him, and me included, because you see some like little bits, and then he frustrates you because like he'll get knocked off the ball or something, or I don't mind attackers giving it away as such, but he is so inconsistent. I keep waiting for that moment to click, and I think there's a point that'll come very soon with the players that we brought in that he might find his starting place under threat.
I think that's the point. I think that this week he's probably going to keep his place. I think longer term, I see Strelec replacing him. But I think Hansen will play tomorrow, basically because I think, he started last time. I think he wants to give him a run of games. And I think Nipan has been on international duty, so another reason to maybe not start with him.
Yeah, that's where I've got a difference. I fancy Nipan starting alongside Whitaker, I reckon. But you're right, Hansen's strong possibility too. But I do fancy Nipan. I have to say, I'd like to saw Nipan, and I do fancy watching him over 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think the thing about Nipan, I think, it offers us a really different dimension, and I mentioned it maybe to some of you guys early in the week, but it allows us to play a little bit differently, I think, because it's that sort of hybrid, isn't he? I don't really see him as an out-and-out 10 that'll be close to the striker all the time, but he would allow us to take a bit more control in the middle of the park if we were playing sort of better opposition and we were a bit sort of tentative. You could maybe push Strelec sort of closer to Conway if you're going to play them two. Some people think it's one or the other, and it'll be the other one gets a rest while the other one plays, but I'm not so sure. I'm not
sure about that.
Yeah, I could see Strelec playing in the same lineup, to be honest, as Conway.
I can.
Conway, I don't think, generally.
In the ACPOM role, that's how I see Strelec playing for us. I really do.
Puts a lot of onus on their wing backs, doesn't it?
I think Sene is Conway's replacement, to be honest. I think Sene will be the one to come on for Conway. I think he wants to play an almost front 2/1 dropping back. And maybe Conway can also drop back because he does do that and he has done that. So I think they can interchange.
I don't, like you guys have said, I don't see Strelec playing this week. I think he played 80-odd minutes, Germany 60-odd minutes in the second game, didn't he?
Yeah, do you reckon he'll be on the bench?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too. I think Naipan will as well because he's playing his second game, isn't he now?
Tonight, yeah, he's played tonight. I
The
think.
under-21s again, so he's played 2 games.
So you'd fancy then Whittaker playing alongside Hansen and basically the set of, so with the exception of Target coming in from Silvera, you'd fancy the same team.
I do, yeah. I don't think he's going to change it drastically.
To be honest, I prefer Bergsaugs than Whittaker. I'd rather Bergsaug come in.
Sorry. Stop it.
Yeah.
No, I was honest. I've lost. Whittaker's his 9 lives have gone for me. I've got no patience with him anymore. And I think it was a mixture with the transfer fee as well. But the season he had the second half of last season when he came, and the start this season, and he hasn't shown me enough. And I think if you start with Bergsaug and he gives you an hour, and then you can bring that on.
What about the 4 wins out of 4 is upsetting you about Whittaker, just out of curiosity?
About the what, sorry?
The 4 wins out of 4 that he's been part of? No.
Yeah. But I mean, he can put a shift in, but no, he doesn't put a shift in. I don't think. Sorry, he gives glimpses. He gives glimpses.
Yeah. He put a bigger shift in against Sheffield United than he did against Norwich. He definitely upped his levels against Sheffield United. That's for sure. It happened. So he still gave glimpses, but he gave glimpses with slightly more effort. I thought.
I'm not a massive fan of Whittaker, and I haven't been, but I just don't see him changing it drastically when it's a winning side. I just think that Edwards will keep as much as he can. I don't think he'll make so many changes. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shot.
Yeah, I think it will. He'll change it though in time, won't he? Because otherwise he wouldn't have brought the amount of number 10s in that he has done. I know it's obviously not just him; it's the club and the hierarchy. But yeah, they wouldn't have brought that many number 10s in for this season if Whittaker was.
You don't pay what you do for Strelec to sit him on the bench, do you? That's
Strelec's come to start, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I would think Naipan, they might not admit it, but I would imagine there's something in the clause there that he plays X amount of games. The rest of them maybe Impact, or maybe Seni Impact for now. I can see him doing well, but do you think there's anyone else who's like a shoe-in that we've brought in, or?
No, Strelec and Nipan are the ones that are getting my attention, I have to say. But then I got to say Brown too, because I like the fact that we got a backup for Morris, and even if we're even taking Acne off and kind of firming it up for the last 10 minutes, you can see that being a situation that we might call upon as well. So you might not have the excitement of a Strelec or a Nipan, but I think Brown's a very good signing.
Yeah, and Kante even, we've not mentioned him much. I know he's pretty brand new to the league, but his recovery positions and tackles and stuff, we've got so much depth now, I think.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's quite
just to see how he introduces Kante to the league and gets him game time. If we've got a winning team and that, obviously he started that game but came off at half time, not because he was bad, but just because Edwards saw the need to change it up. It's what opportunities he'll get in the league, apart from 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. I don't know. I can't see him starting just yet.
But he will, won't he? Because that's the thing. We will. I mean, there's too many games to play, and there's too many things that will happen, and we will, unfortunately, get injuries here and there. So I think he will get some. He'll get some games at least. But I think this is what we missed last season. We didn't have any impact from the bench. We had nothing. To be fair to Carrick, he'd look at his bench and he'd be uninspired, like we all were. So that's not the case now. Whoever doesn't play can come on. And even Bergsaug, right, that I'm not a big fan of, but he came on and he made a difference in the Sheffield United game. He got into 3 goal-scoring positions that he didn't do anything with, but he got into the positions, so he caused trouble and he gave them a headache. We just didn't have that last time out. He was our starting 11. You've got McGree to come in, Bangura to come back potentially. There's just a lot of... I know they're injured players, but still, they're still there and there's still a possibility that they can start. So, yeah. It's very exciting.
It is exciting times. I got to say, the wave of optimism across Boro relative to what it was 4 weeks ago. I mean, a lot of people have said it, but bloody hell, what a change! Suddenly, there's expectation now. The club have gone from 15th and loads of people's predictions being rubbish to actually playoffs minimum. Suddenly, seem to be the shout again, isn't it?
I think you'll find on the recording I'd said 6th, just in case you need to go back and check. Craig might have said 9th.
Yeah, I think I said we'll avoid relegation.
Depended on the transfer window, but it finished well, didn't it? So I think I said about 6th. I think Ninth with the present squad, but then we've got the good transfer window. So
Yeah. And I've just done one of them TikToks where you do the blind thing, and I put Boro second. So there you are.
Well, good on.
All right then.
Right. Is that-
All good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Look forward to Saturday then.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Enjoy
Yeah.
the game.
Right.
Yeah.
See you next week. Cheers.
You too.
See you. Bye bye.
Yeah.